Hi guys, it is a long time since I've been doing lives, but I really value the feedback lately. I'm Nikki Fogden-Moore, the Mojo Maker and founder of Accelerate the app. I've got all the windows open here at the moment because it's about 36 degrees. It is really, really hot. But I wanted to give you a little piece of information. So a lot of my clients still work during the holidays. They've got retail or automotive dealerships or other things. There's intermittent days on and off. Plus a lot of business owners and founders and people that I work with are just having to pick up tools themselves and be on board because a lot of their staff are away. So while they're doing all this and balancing family time and holidays, I wanted to share with you a really, really simple tool. It's called my little Set the Intent Brainstorm. It's right here. And I can send this to you if you drop me a comment, intent or 2024, yes please, whatever you want. I will send you this little PDF. There's a whole workbook that goes with it, but this page is where you get started. So today I wanted to share with you a couple of tips that I give my clients where I say just keep it really simple. Now if you happen to be super fancy and you have like a vision board or something you wanted to completely sorry, I'm just closing the window there because the wind's picked up. If you wanted to get all fancy and do a vision board, I think that's great too. I love these big ones from Kiki K, and this is something I do. I get a whole stack of magazines every year, just like a child. And I know everyone says go on Pinterest. There's just something really good about sitting down. Now, this is gender neutral. You don't have to be a chick to do a vision board. I'm just letting you know. Some of my most fabulous clients that are really successful and guys have the most kick-ass vision boards, and maybe they've done it on Pinterest. Who knows, doesn't care, but when they print it all out, it looks fabulous and they achieve so much of it. So the advice I'm giving you here is about a mindset. It's not about whether you're a female entrepreneur or a male entrepreneur or whatever. This is about wanting to simplify the process and actually get out of this whole new year, new you trap. God, I really hate that expression because actually we're all ourselves and we're constantly evolving to be ourselves. So ditch the new year, new you, bring you with you on this year, and let me show you a couple of super cool tools and really cool, simple things. This is the first page in my, success roadmap planner. So these are all the tools that I use to go, where's your pin drop? Where's your chemistry check? Where do you want to move into? What do you want to let go of? Etc., etc., etc. All the usual things that we say, right? But I made it really simple. I've dude proofed it as well. So there's big font in lots of places. So this is my vision board. It's not done yet, but I'll show it to you hopefully next week when it is done. I love doing it. I find it really inspiring. Plus I'm quite a creative person, so I like all the design and I get inspired by colors and everything else. So this brainstorm thing today, hi guys, everyone that's joining, by the way, it's super cool to see you here. If you have not watched this live, but you're watching this on the replay, you can still leave a comment if you want this PDF and the other ones to come. This is also going to be available on Masterclass on the app Accelerate. I'll get that live by the end of next week. But right now, this is your live and sneak peek. So what happens? So I've got a client who's going, hey Nick, I just want to do my planning. I can't be bothered sitting down doing something, but I'm on holidays and I want some food for thought to think about. And I'm like, perfect. Have I got the questions for you? So I call this the quick draw, in the sheriffs in town. So you want to quick draw your guns out and make sure that you can pew pew and shoot your goals away. This is what it is. So don't get too detailed. Don't get caught up in the yeah buts. Don't make it some big convoluted thing. This is really just when you've got a back of a napkin or a piece of paper or this PDF here. This is a one-page brain dump, and it's really, really helpful. So the first thing you do is you just want to think, I'm not going for perfect. I'm going to go for a brainstorm. I'm just going to sit down in 12 months time. So whenever you're listening to this in 12 months time, howdy, wherever you are, pretty cool, drop me a note. So today is what, the 5th of January? So the 5th of January 2025, where do you want to be in 12 months time? And how I define that as some really simple pillars. The first thing, I'm just going to read out the list. What do you want to have as cash on hand? So in your bank as cash that you can access, so not just equity that you can't access, but cash on hand, whether you've got it in a sock, under your bed, in the bank, wherever. I'm not talking about stocks, I'm not talking about shares or crypto, I'm really talking about cash. How much cash do you want to have on hand by a year from today? What about property? Now, first of all, do not let anyone property shame you. If you've got lots of property, no property, haven't got into property, sold your property, lost on property, who cares? This is your journey. So it's really important to set your own goals and go, my goal by this time next year is this is what I want to have for my property. So it says my property is at, and by the way, it's all written on this little PDF here. So drop me a DM or a comment below and I will email you this. So comment below if you want this PDF, because it is the bomb. The other thing I ask my clients in this list, in this one-page brainstorm, is how many days off do you want a year? Now remember, you can't go yeah but, or I can't. This is a brainstorm time. This is like setting your intent and figuring it all out. The second point, not just days off, are what are your holidays? How many days are going to be holiday? Are you going to go away? Whatever else, you can figure that out later. But how many days of your days off are holiday? Because sometimes you just need an admin day. Every quarter, you could take a day off just to focus on personal admin and getting your life arranged and everything else. Very, very important. So, and then how is your home situation? What is your home? Where are you living? What's the vibe? What's the details? Have you decluttered? Where are you at this time next year in 12 months? Where's your health at? Where is your debt at? Now, debt is not all bad, and I think we've got a real fear factor around debt. I don't think credit card debt is particularly good, but if you're investing, leveraging in bricks and mortar and different things that are going to actually have equity with that can be offset, and you've done it wisely, that's totally different. So what about your debt to revenue ratio and your debt to cash on hand ratio and debt to equity? So what is your debt? Where do you want to be a year from now? And if there's an asset against that, that's cool as well. And then friendships, like who do you want to be hanging out with? Because generally speaking, you've got to be able to have your good friends and people that you can be yourself with and want you to win and everything else. But you also want to be able to go, I might need a new kind of injection of interesting, like-minded people that I just really want to hang out with because I'm growing and I'm attracted to these types of conversations. So for a lot of women, I say try and be around women that are really, really comfortable with financial conversations, and you can be honest about that stuff. Know your crowd, and don't just feel that everybody that you have, now needs to be that's your only circle. So you might have a business circle, you might have something around a new skill or a hobby, whatever. The other thing is your ideal week. So if you look back in a year from now and you think my ideal week is this, what do you want your week look like? We're going to work, we're adults, get over it. How you actually run your week is up to you. So I call that work-life blend. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your work and working hard. What's wrong is if you're constantly complaining about things and you're not actually taking control of your week. So what do you want your week to look like? And then what are your relationships? Do you have a partner, a spouse? Are you married? Do you want to be engaged? I don't know, whatever. At least think about it and dare to define where you want to be, because how important is that element in your life? We spend so much time investing in other things in our lives or in our business and everything else, but we don't often put the same amount of work into relationships, and that's actually the most important aspect. So that's always got to be on there. Then what you have in this one pager here is what are your 7 non-negotiables for health, wealth, and wisdom. So those 7 non-negotiables, they're written here. How do you make wise decisions? So for me to be happy, healthy, and wise, these are my non-negotiables. It could be sleep, it could be activity, it could be, time to make good decisions. How do you best show up in your life? What are your non-negotiables? And then it's always fun to do a word for the year. So I like to choose a word for the year ahead, and you can change that at any point. By the way, there's no God of year words to turn around and go, you can't change that halfway through. You can do whatever you want, but you at least should set your intent now about what is this year going to stand for. The other element that's really important is how much revenue do you want? Whether you're looking at property and everything else, people say, cut back on your avocado and toast and don't have as many coffees, and that's all well and good, but at some point you've actually got to understand that you've probably got to look at different avenues of revenue, look at how you can have your work life blended out, look at adding value to your job, look at career growth and development. Don't be afraid to look at increasing your revenue by doing better value work or having passive income on the side, and that sort of thing. So your revenue is your formula for going forward as well. And then the last 2 boxes on this piece of paper here are, these are the following little limiting beliefs that I will get rid of. So you want to write down what are the things that you've told yourself, what are the situations, what are the places, people, projects, what's the stuff you just want to let go of. You don't want to carry that through into 2023. And mostly I would say don't point the finger at anyone else. Actually ask yourself, where do I usually complain, get triggered, not perform, procrastinate, tell myself I can't do it, don't have enough money, all those stories. What stories do you want to get rid of? And what habits do you want to get rid of and not bring with you into this new year? And the last piece to resistance, which is this side here, is what new thing do you want to learn about, get better at? It could be for health, it could be your wealth, it could be mindset training, it could be, you know, scale and grow your business. It could be how to become a better parent. It could be working on your relationships, which I think is so important. I teach a lot about truth quadrants in relationships as well, and how powerful that can be. So, you know, that's last part of this one pager is where do you want to invest your knowledge and things. So this little thing here doesn't look very sexy here. And I've got like cool windswept summer here, but this is your action station. So this is your brainstorm, one pager. You're sitting down, you can have a mojito, you can have a soda, you can have a water, you can have a tea or a coffee while you're doing this. You can have nothing, but just take a few minutes and don't get too specific, caught up in the details. This is your brainstorm, ridiculously simple, no fear. Where do I want to be in 12 months time? So I hope that really helps. If you haven't already jumped on board and downloaded the Accelerate app, this is the final weeks for founding members. So the original founding members, I think, was 77 for life, and you're actually getting to shape the app, give feedback. You know, I've got so many cool emails. We're already working on it now. So the second round of founding members is available now. I think it goes up to $97 this week. So if you can see it still at $77, the founding member pricing on Accelerate the app, I'll put the link in the comments below. Grab it, because it is the best deal, and it has all my masterclasses, all my coaching, all my podcasts, all my videos, fitness, mindset, resources, like everything. It's all there. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos and hours and decades of content and coaching. So it's kind of like having Nikki in your pocket, which is really cool. Not in a bad way, like in a good way. Anyway, so I hope this helped. This is your quick draw, ridiculously simple brainstorm to set your intents. Part of a bigger series, a workbook that I send out, but this is the one set of questions I send my clients from the phone on the back of an email. Do this first and then work backwards from there. So if you want this, drop a comment, send me the PDF, Nikki. Yes, please send me PDF, whatever you want to do. I'm Ann Fogden-Moore. Please, it would really help a lot if you liked and followed these accounts. We're now going to be starting a new video podcast style on YouTube. So everything we do will be also on YouTube, and a weekly YouTube podcast, video podcast, which is going to be a bit more based off all the challenges you guys send me. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm also really appreciative of the vulnerability and questions that you've shown, that you've sent through the Monday Mojo options. If you haven't already signed up to Monday Mojo or to Accelerate, hop on to nikkifogdenmoore.com. That is nikkifogdenmoore.com. Why make it simple? And I would love to see you there. So I'm not overly prolific at sending lots of emails, but I'm going to do better this year because I want to share as much content as I can. And Accelerate the app is where you can find 99% of everything, and it's growing all the time. So I hope this helped. Remember, ridiculously simple brainstorming for goal setting. You know, kick out the new year, new you. Actually embrace who you are and think, thank God I am who I am, because I've got all these experiences and I'm human and I'm doing my best and I'm always evolving and doing better, and that is pretty darn good. So happy 2024. It's so cool to be back on Alive. I'm Nikki Fogden-Moore, the Mojo Maker. I hope you enjoyed this session. Leave a comment, like, share, everything else. I truly appreciate it. Until next time, you stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. See you. I'm just going to put those comments down as well for the app. Let me just put that here. Cool. Thanks, Kane. I will send you that PDF as well. Does anyone else want that PDF? I will send that off to you. I know some of you have already got your email addresses because you are like the coolest fans ever, and so into using that stuff. Also, hey, legend. You know, the other thing that is really cool is a lot of the amazing tools and tips and everything are all on the app, and they're all free because I wanted to make sure there were no roadblocks to entry to getting you into a no excuses crush it year, which means I don't know how old you are. I've stayed at 40, but even though I'm kind of much older, you know, a lot of people are going through looking after their parents at this Christmas time and heaps of other shit where it feels really responsible. So hopefully this little piece of paper can give you a moment out to say, where do I want to be in a year's time? And remember, goals don't work unless you do. So if you don't set your intent, you can't work backwards and set what your tasks are around those. So have a legendary day. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll put some more comments below. And you stay, just be radical selves. Bye. Again.